Hey guys, before I get to my Daredevil Without Fear review and commentary on that, just going to let you know that I have got a video on my channel to do with Disney classics on Blu-ray and DVD and great savings that you can get on them at the moment. Don't know how long that's going to last, so highly recommend checking that video out. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll put it up on a card or an annotation somewhere on here. So yeah, check that out after this and you could get some Disney classics on Blu-ray or DVD at a reduced price, and highly recommend it. I got this $6.99. Check that out. Let's get to Daredevil. Do you know what the sad thing about that is? I've now got to pick all those up. And I bet there are collectors out there going crazy at me. Sorry. Hey guys, and welcome to my world. So today I'm going to be talking about a run in the Daredevil comics. I'm going to be talking about the Without Fear story arc. Let's get to it. I went to MCM Expo in London back in, I think it was May, and I was at this comic book stall and I thought, I might as well pick up a couple, and they were about £1, and I ended up picking up Daredevil issue 100 and Daredevil issue 101. Now, I didn't know this was a run. I didn't know it was going to be a 6-part issue, so yeah, I was like, now I've got to get the other 4. I found 2 of them in a local shop, a comic book shop in Bromley, issue 102 and issue 103, which I picked up cheap as well. So yeah, that was cool. I could never find issue 104 and 105. And then I saw this on eBay and this on Amazon, picked them up. But being the klutz I am, I accidentally ordered 2 of issue 104. So yeah, instead of selling that on, what I thought I'd do is I thought, for my lovely subscribers out there and the people that actually watch my videos and like my videos and yeah, subscribe to me and enjoy my content, thought I'll be cool and I'll throw a giveaway. So yeah, stay tuned for that and I'll tell you more about that later on in the video. Let's get to talking about the Without Fear. So yeah, like I said, I finally got the whole arc and I've finally read it. So this one is known as Without Fear. So basically it tells the story of Mr. Fear trying to ruin Daredevil's life in one final attempt. And wow, this story is emotional. I mean, it really is. You can feel Matt Murdock's pain. You really can. So this arc is written by Ed Brubaker with the art from Michael Lark, and the art in this is really, really nice. I mean, it's got lots of different art styles in it. I mean, you have these like sort of daydream sequences where it's not quite Daredevil's reality, which is a different style, which I found really, really cool. And yeah, overall it is really, really well written for a comic bookish arc. So yeah, so the first issue, issue 100, kicks off with Daredevil being gassed by Mr. Fear. This results in the man without fear losing his grip on reality and his sense of reality being haunted by memories of past loves like Karen, Elektra, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. Yeah, so he also has flashbacks of his dad, and you really, really get into the mind of Matt Murdock. Like, you really get a sense of the fears he could have, the fears he might have, and it really is intriguing. Like, so yeah, this gas also overwhelms Daredevil and makes him quite violent and angry, and it overwhelms him in the sense that he snaps at the wrong people, and basically all he's trying to do is find his wife, who Mr. Fear has also gassed. so it's quite a hard time. So basically this issue ends with Foggy telling Matt what's happened to his wife Mila, and it doesn't look good. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it doesn't look good at all for Matt Murdock. So the next issue, issue 101, it takes us to quite a vulnerable place for Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Yeah, so we find that his wife is near homicidal, and we sort of get a sense of what the drugs can do to people that have been affected by them. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't look good for Matt, and it doesn't look good for Mila. It really takes Matt to a vulnerable place. I mean, you really do feel his pain. So yeah, throughout this issue you get to see Matt and Daredevil snap at people like Dakota, a judge in a hearing, and yeah, it's really making, the gas is really making Daredevil angry, and so Daredevil finally admits to being scared for his wife, and yeah, you get a sense of the man without fear, fearing something, and it really does show his vulnerability as a superhero. So this issue also shows us Mr. Fear killing the one person that can provide an antidote, and yeah, like I said, vulnerability. This issue really does capture the emotional helplessness that Matt Murdock is going through. I mean, it really captures it well, and it shows it well in the torment that he's suffering from. So yeah, let's move on to issue 102. So this issue kicks off with Cranston, Larry Cranston, aka Mr. Fear. I believe he's the third Mr. Fear in the Daredevil series. Yeah, it kicks off with him telling us about the gas and how it alters pheromones in people's body, as well as the drug. It makes people more violent and the impulse is more aggressive. It also tells us that it can lead to people being real homicidal, and then suicidal. It really opens up the door for what could be in store for Daredevil, his wife Mila. Yeah, it really... So yeah, you really become invested in this story. You really do. Again, like the issue before, it showed Daredevil's vulnerability emotionally. This one shows it physically, that he is overpowered by supervillains, and yeah, it really shows it. So I am going to say, out of all of them, this issue is the more filler-based one, and it just adds to what it's leading to. It adds to the fear that Matt has for losing his wife and what's going to happen to his wife. So yeah, this one was more filler in my opinion. So this issue kicks off with Fear's men going up against supervillains, the Wrecking Crew, and again it captures Daredevil's vulnerability so well. I mean, in this issue he chooses not to go up against them because he cannot risk failing. He cannot risk letting his wife go through whatever she's going through at the moment. So yeah, he chooses to step back and doesn't get involved and just lets them get on with it. It really does show how far as a superhero he's going to go to save his wife. It really does. I mean, Daredevil takes pride in his city. He feels his city, Hell's Kitchen, is his own. He feels that he's the one to clean it up, and yet he's letting it go to rubble as they're tearing it up in this war. It really does show his vulnerability and how much he loves his wife. This issue also shows how badass Daredevil is as a superhero character. I mean, it pushes him to limits. I mean, there's one part in this issue where he's beating on this guy and he's just like, don't even think about passing out. That's my Daredevil voice. Bear with me. Yeah, so bear with me. It also, he also says about he's going to make him talk, and if he doesn't, he will start pulling his stitches out one by one until he does. I mean, it really captures the dark grittiness of Daredevil's world and how far he goes to be a hero. Really, it's on that borderline of doing good and what's right and what's wrong. It really shows that, and it captures it really, really well. It really does. I like this issue. This is one of my favourite issues out of the 6 that I've read. So yeah, cool. Like I just previously mentioned about Daredevil being a badass, this issue ends on a badass note. I mean, he's got Ox chained up, and he's just like, you don't understand. This time I'm going to do whatever it takes. And wow, that moment is captured perfectly in the art, in the writing. You can feel the emotion and the torment that he's going through for his wife, and you just feel it, and you know that he's gonna push himself past what he thinks he don't want to do. It's so good. It is so good. It really is. It really is. Issue 104. This is the one I got 2 copies of. So yeah, if you want to win my second copy of this, and I'll send it to you, yeah, subscribe and watch out for my next video, and I'll tell you more about that and how to win this. So yeah. This issue shows us how far Mr. Fear has gone to planning the downfall of Daredevil and Matt Murdock, because he blames Matt for every misfortune in his life, in Larry Cranston's life. Yeah, it really does show how far he's gone and how far he's planned and the time he's taken to execute this. It really does. So this issue, it shows us a bit more backstory into days before the previous issues, and it shows us Mr. Fear talking to characters that we've already been introduced to and I think are friends of Matt and Daredevil. So yeah, this issue shows you that the people that you think have been helping Matt are actually helping Mr. Fear and have been warped by Mr. Fear, and it just it's building up. It builds up so much tension. You really do feel for Matt in this arc. I mean, you can't help but just feel for the guy. I mean, it's all going down and it's all leading to one epic conclusion. I mean, so the final issue, issue 105. This is the final issue in the Without Fear arc, and wow, I don't even know how to describe it, man. So this issue has a big showdown between Daredevil and Mr. Fear, and I just love how Mr. Fear in this issue, he's just like to his goons, leave, I'm taking him one-on-one. And you get this one-on-one physical showdown between Daredevil and Mr. Fear. And Mr. Fear's had some training, so he can go up against Daredevil. It's quite epic, and minor spoiler here, but Mr. Fear has used his gas on himself, and he don't fear anything. He's got no fear. So there's this one moment where Daredevil throws Mr. Fear off the roof because Mr. Fear's like, try me, and he don't even scream. He don't even scream, and you can really feel the pain and the torment and the fear of how far Mr. Fear's gone into this plan, and it all adds up. Like in any big showdown, you get this really big monologue, and wow, it's a kicker. I mean, it really does make you feel for Matt, the torment he's going through. You're invested in his story, really and feel for him in this run. I mean, this overall arc, it just shows you what being a superhero can really cost you. It really does, and it's not nice. It's emotional. So yeah, really the Without Fear story arc, issues 100 to 105. It's really emotional, and I highly recommend reading this if you do get the chance. Like I mentioned before, it is issues 100 to 105, so it's a 6-issue storyline. If you can pick them up, highly recommend it. I do believe that it's all collected in one, and that is Daredevil Hell to Pay Volume 2, but don't quote me on that. Check that out if you want to get it all collected. Yeah, guys and girls, really loved this arc, the Without Fear storyline in the Daredevil series. Absolutely loved it. It really takes you to a vulnerable place for Matt Murdock and Daredevil. You really do feel his pain, and it shows you just how hard being a superhero can be. It really does. So yeah, if you've got any other comics, graphic novels you want to recommend me as a fan, let me know. I'll try and read them, try and review them if I can. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below. Love to hear your opinions and your thoughts and your favourite comics, your favourite arcs, your favourite graphic novels. So get at me. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment if you want. So yeah, like I said, guys, I'll be doing a giveaway of issue 104, which I bought 2 copies of because I'm a bit of a silly idiot. I'll be doing that giveaway in my Daredevil Season 1 review that I'll try and get to you just before Jessica Jones drops, which I'm excited for. Looks so good, by the way. So yeah, I'm excited for that. David Tennant as a villain, cannot wait. So yeah, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned to see how you can win an issue of Daredevil. Thanks for tuning into my channel, guys, and as always, take care. See you later.